Okay, what's good, everyone? So Gekishin Squadra's network test just started last night. Of course, everyone's been all over the game. You can see some of my own gameplay right now. I will say right now, I'm actually doing a voiceover on this gameplay. So this gameplay I did a couple hours ago earlier today. I wanted to do the mic recording and everything synchronized, but unfortunately, I just couldn't get the setup right. And I actually wanted to record a few matches so we could talk about the game. But unfortunately, I could only get one because my storage was not enough. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and talk about the game. Of course, talk about how much fun it is. Talk about all the general kind of stuff as we go ahead and watch this gameplay. Of course, you can see right now, this is me kind of going through the early parts of the game. You can see the tutorial information, how to join the events and everything, how to join fights. This was me like doing it pretty like just right out the get-go. So I did do the tutorial for Super Saiyan Goku just to understand how the gameplay works. I already knew how the game worked, but they just had me do it anyways. But yeah, so I did pick Krillin. Krillin was my first hero. Comment down below, guys, of course, you know, who's your first hero if you guys are playing the network test. I recommend, by the way, everyone should do the network test because this is a free-to-play game. You get to understand how the game works. If you don't like it, then that's perfectly okay. But who knows, maybe you'll enjoy this type of game. Maybe it's something for you. So definitely give it a shot. I mean, it can't hurt, right? So yeah, you can see me just kind of showing off all the different kind of options. Of course, there's a bunch of damage dealers, of course, in the game. The tanks, there's only 5 of them, of course, so there are a lot of other options we could expect, of course. But yeah, you can see like coolers there, of course, you know, you got baby. Of course, when we look at like the technical or like the support kind of characters, you only got a few. I did pick Krillin. Krillin is one of my favorite characters from the last kind of beta test. You see some of the costumes, of course. This game has so much awesome stuff going for it, and obviously the good thing about this is, and I'm glad they like kind of kept this the way it was from before, most of the kind of like pay to win kind of aspect of this game, if you will, is only in terms of cosmetic design. And that is really awesome because, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, yes, you know, there has to be an incentive for people to pay in this game to kind of like keep the game going, but you don't want it to be something that's just so broken, the like crazy strong characters that will just make the game like overpowered. So I think them focusing on like the whole kind of like, you know, cosmetic design, I think that's the perfect kind of aspect of it. Obviously, we got the divine draw. This is a new mechanic they're showing here, so we do have some new kind of systems right here. The enemy bomb thing we saw in the actual kind of video trailer for the game. The superstar one is a new one though that I haven't seen until earlier, just like right now. This one is actually a very powerful one. I've actually seen this a lot and it is really good. Basically just gets one of your skills all the way up to max level, whichever one of like the main early 3 skills you want. So it's very strong. Obviously, you see the team comp, you see me running Krillin. Because of the way the whole kind of test is working, you can get a bunch of like different characters you can use. I could have used Frieza, I could have used Kid Gohan. I probably will make separate vids on those characters. If you guys would like to see those, comment down below. But yeah, I mean, you can tell just based off what I'm saying right now, I'm just so excited just watching this gameplay. I am just at a loss for words for how fun this game has actually been. Now, of course, you know, I did get into the network test a bit late. When the network test first started, the Steam gameplay and everything was just not working. There was a bunch of errors. Right away, that got sorted out, but not before I went to sleep. So yeah, I did kind of take a break, if you will. But yeah, the gameplay, it is still pretty much the same as it was during the last beta test, you know, last year. And I'm really glad for that. You know, there are very few changes that it feels like in terms of the grand scheme of things. And I think it's for the better because, you know, if they made some massive changes to the gameplay, I also would have been concerned if things would have been, you know, like fun as much and whatnot. But yeah, it's pretty good. Obviously, you see, you know, Krillin's got his own kind of skill set. I did go for his first ability right there. So his first ability is like an energy blast, kind of like a trap, if you will. So that's the good thing about Krillin is he is able to place enemy like traps for enemies like with his ki blast. So very powerful stuff. It is similar to like League of Legends or any other, I guess, like MOBA, where obviously you want to gain XP, you gain XP for like eliminations and stuff, obviously trying to get the NPCs and everything. There's a lot of tutorial stuff going on right now, but yeah, I mean, we're just trying to farm, of course. This game is very straightforward, I will say that. So for anyone who's like new to this sort of gameplay, of course, maybe your only experiences with like Legends or Dokkan or Sparking Zero or whatever, you know, this should be very straightforward to follow. I think, especially with the tutorial they gave, I think it's pretty easy. But yeah, the comps are just so interesting. Obviously, you'll see right now the traps kind of going crazy there. I still have a lot to like kind of improve upon in this game, I will say that. So if you're expecting like masterful gameplay, don't expect that. Yeah, we did have a void there, by the way, so I didn't even notice that until like we saw the message come up. Apparently our Goku just AFK'd, so that's unfortunate. Goku will still gain experience though as the fight progresses, but like obviously an AFK player does suck. But you know, other than that, obviously we're just kind of cooking it. You saw me and Zamasu go for that tag team, the ultimate dynamic duo, Krillin and Zamasu, as everyone knows. But I will say right now, I do hope they add Rose. I know Zamasu's a tank. I hope Rose is an attacker, because imagine that dynamic duo. That would be so badass to have Rose and Zamasu just together. That would be so sick, right? I mean, there's so many characters actually we can look forward to now that I think about it. I said it in my like last project multi-vid, but like the fusions are still not here. Super Saiyan 2 Gohan is not here. Ultimate Gohan for all the Gohan fans. There's only Kid Kid Gohan right now, which is not necessarily the most hype version. I know a lot of people probably are looking at Beast Gohan waiting for that. We don't have Ultra Instinct, we don't have Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, so there is a lot of stuff to look forward to. Obviously we're still beating the NPCs, we are obviously, you know, are clearing out this bottom lane. There are only 2 lanes really, the top lane and the bottom lane, and then you have a little bit of like middle kind of area for like ganks and like, you know, kind of like, it's like the jungle, I guess, if you will. We're like just getting some random bosses, but for the most part, it's pretty straightforward. Obviously, we're trying to hit some of our Gekishin bursts right there. I did get interrupted on mine, so you can see right here, the Gekishin burst, basically, when you're in the enemy God Destruction zone, when Zeno is there, you're able to do damage to God Destruction, but also, your abilities change to Gekishin burst abilities. So after like a certain kind of like meters built up and everything, you could do more damage to the God Destruction. It does replace your typical abilities though, so if you do have the cooldown for like your ultimate, like in my case is right now, then I couldn't do that ultimate Gekishin burst on the God Destruction. So there is kind of like an interesting kind of setup there. But yeah, it's pretty good right there. All in general, this game is so fun. I made a poll earlier today. I'll probably like make a link to it or something, like put like an image of it right now. I made a poll earlier asking if you guys would like to see me do more Squadra content on the channel. I'm hoping that poll will say a lot of yeses. Even if it says no, I think I'm still gonna do it anyways, but I will kind of like see what people have to say about it, because also, I mean, if I'm going to make content on this game, which I think this game is so fun, I would love to make content on it. I want to make content that you guys would enjoy, if that's, you know, general gameplay like this, if it's like, you know, character showcases, like me going crazy with Krillin or Zamasu or Caulifla, if it's just like me doing tier lists, you know, all sorts of stuff, talking about like potential characters. This game, you know, even though the network test is only for 4 days, which does suck, I think this is a game that I could see myself playing for a while, until the game probably dies, unless something really goes bad, which I don't think is going to be the case. But this game just has me like, it just has my spirit right now. I just am in love with this game. Obviously, we got the healing from Sidra, our God Destruction right now. I hope they change maybe some of the mapping structure, because like there could be some interesting, I guess, like other kind of turrets and stuff besides God Destruction. I don't know. There's a lot of opportunity for the game to kind of evolve, I guess. So that's the awesome stuff right there. Me just beating the crap out of Piccolo, you love to see it. And then of course we're just beating Caulifla. Now that we're fed and everything, we're like level 8s and everything, you know, Piccolo right now is level 4, Caulifla's level 5. This was an easy match. This was not too difficult. I'm sure some people will probably say those are bots. They probably are bots. I don't know for sure. I don't think they are. I'm hoping not, because that is kind of embarrassing if I'm just assuming they're real players. But, you know, still, it was just so easy. The thing about this game, which is kind of similar to any MOBA, you do have to be careful in the early game structure. If you can't get yourself rolling right away, then you will find that you're in like an uphill battle, and of course you have to like do like very specific kind of tricks and moves to kind of get yourself back into fighting shape. So there's that sort of stuff. Obviously we're beating Nappa, of course, which, you know, Nappa, when you beat Nappa, he's like one of like the NPC bosses. They will do special benefits for you and your team, provided that you beat the boss, right? So obviously you saw right there, Belmont got attacked, the opponent got Destruction, because we defeated Nappa. So Nappa did some damage for us. That's something of our benefit. There's all sorts of benefits like that if you beat NPC bosses. Now we're seeing more of the Gekishin burst and everything. So that was from me doing my like ultimate and everything. That did a lot of damage to the God Destruction. Couldn't do any more, unfortunately, because Zeno just decided to dip out on us, but it is what it is. So yeah, this game is very fun. Obviously, again, we see right there the AFK Goku. He's still at level 4, so he's actually been able to still accrue experience, even though he didn't do anything, which is pretty funny. But yeah, me and Zamasu, we are handling this bottom line. Now, there are so many different abilities with all the different characters. I actually will say, even though I don't have the gameplay for it shown right now, of course, when I was looking at Super Saiyan Goku later during my like time playing the game earlier today, I noticed that he has actually some abilities that directly counter or are meant to counter Caulifla. So there's some interesting kind of interplay between different characters. I highly recommend you guys check out the ability details, understand how the characters work. You know, if you want to do some like test matches and stuff, whatever, you know, go and do that. Obviously, we got the full team knocked out, so because of that, we got both Zenos doing the attack and everything. Champa, get your ass out of here. We're going through this. Zamasu, of course, taking care of the bottom lane. He's got 2 people down there. I went to go help Trunks earlier just because like he was kind of like by himself. I know he's been having to like handle things. We're obviously just trying to take out whatever this god, I forgot what this guy's name is. I know I should know what the God Destruction's name is like for most of them. I forget what his is though, but I think it's like the Universe 3 God Destruction, whatever. Obviously we're just kind of going through things. By the way, you can see above my name, you see the 2 bosses we got rid of, so Android 60 and Nappa. So you know, there are those 2 bosses. There is one more in the middle right now. You can see like the exclamation mark. That I believe was Jocko in this specific match. But obviously we had to go get rid of Mustard right there. You know, get rid of Piccolo, I think, next. And obviously we're just jumping them. We're doing some crazy work right now, just jumping every single one of them. It is hilarious. But Yeah, I mean, this game is very straightforward. Obviously, you know, placing those energy blasts and everything, they're doing their damage. We got the solar flare. I do actually will say solar flare combined with the spread energy blast, which is the third ability, that is actually a pretty strong combo, because the way it works is when you hit someone with a solar flare, when you tag them basically or mark them, the spread energy blast will go entirely into them or any characters who are hit with the mark. If it's not hit with the mark like the character beforehand, then the spread energy blast will just kind of go into a general kind of vicinity in the area. So, you know, having that mark beforehand with the solar flare or like the energy blast, that is very helpful. Now you see, of course, we got the Zenos going crazy again. Jocko doing his thing, of course, helping us out. There we go, Moscow. That's the name of the God of Destruction there. So Moscow's damaged, Belmont's gone. So we're just handling business. This is so easy right now. Of course, yeah, I mean, right now is the last thing. I think I'm going to be able to get the knockout right here. There you go. Yeah, look at me contributing, of course. That's what you got to do. But yeah, this game, I can't get enough of this game. I'm actually going to play this once this recording is done. But yeah, I mean, I'll post this video first, actually, before I like play the game again. Comment down below your thoughts again. Would you guys like to see more content on the channel? I tried to get the Dragon Ball there. Unfortunately, Zamasu took it from me. He knows he did me dirty after all the things we were been through together. He did, like, that was crazy. I don't know why Goku's there too. He did nothing, so Goku should not even be there, but it is what it is. Yeah, there you go. There's the MVP though. But yeah, so I'll go ahead and post the vid and everything, make sure like kind of take care of it and everything. Once that's uploaded, you know, comment down below your thoughts, of course. If you guys want to see more Gekishin Squadra content on the channel, let me know, of course, in the comments down below what type of content. If you guys want to see me play with specific characters, if you guys just want to see me do gameplay matches and talk over them like this, I don't imagine this one will do too well in terms of the algorithm and stuff, but hey, if you guys, you know, support it and everything, hopefully it'll, you know, do a lot better. But yeah, this game has been so fun. So yeah, I mean, I've been enjoying it. I didn't even do my like trademark, like, hey, if you guys enjoyed the vid type of thing. That's how you know I've been captivated by this gameplay right now, because this has been a blast. There's still a lot of things to do. There's a lot of characters to unlock, a lot of cosmetics. I don't know if I actually do any summons for the time being. Obviously, we got Krillin getting a phone call from 18. I do love these. I don't know if you call them like idle animations. I think that's what they are, just idle animations. I really do love that, because like all the characters have unique ones. Krillin, of course, talking to his wife. Goku goes like crazy with his energy and everything. There's so many cool ones. So I mean, look at Krillin. This is peak Krillin energy, right? But yeah, this is awesome. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this. If you guys enjoyed the video, of course, if you guys enjoyed the gameplay and everything, you know, show your support, you know, drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel, of course. But yeah, most importantly, comment down below your thoughts. If you guys want to see more of that Gekishin Squadra content, let me in the comments down below what type of content. Obviously, me looking at Goku, my goat, of course. The little figures or the action figures or whatever on the side, those are really clean, by the way. I didn't really get a chance to look at all of them, I think, for the time being, but like, they are really fire. Obviously, we see Goku kind of zooming in through there. And yeah, there was me just kind of doing like my second kind of run there. This is when my whole kind of, whatchamacallit, my whole kind of storage started to like kind of freak out. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to get like any more gameplay in terms of matches as I wanted to. But you see, of course, we have like quick battles. There's a bunch of different stuff right there. So yeah, I think I'm gonna like go ahead and start wrapping up the vid, even though we do have a match trying to show itself. Obviously, this one didn't show up, so it is unfortunate. But yeah, let me know again in the comments down below. What do you guys think about the game and everything? If you guys want to see more content, all that sort of stuff. I know I've been saying that like a freaking broken record, but let me know in the comments down below once again. Again, if you guys enjoyed the vid, show your support down below. You know, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, stay blessed. I can't wait to play this game again, and I will see you all in the next one.